What's up, y'all? This is episode 2 of the Men Ain't Shit podcast. This is your boy Larry.
Your guy Josh.
Please tune in every week. We upload on Mondays, so please check us out.
I'm actually feeling pretty good today because number one, Starship Troopers is on Netflix. Classic movie. I'm pretty sure you probably haven't seen it.
I feel like I have. I just can't remember.
Oh, that shit was so good. And here at Men Ain't Shit, we support Black business. So I wanted to give a shout out to the Glam Box, which is run by my friend Brandy. So if you need your hair fried, dyed, and laid to the side, I'm going to put all the information in the description so you can check her out in the DMV. Her office is located in Springfield, Virginia. So, yeah, go check her out, hit her up. She about that life. So, yeah, Black business, we all about it. Larry, how you feeling today?
I'm doing good, man. Doing good. It's been a good week, a better week, a week of progress, in society. I've been reading, learning.
Okay.
Been feeling good. Josh, you old as shit. I'm not gonna lie.
Whoa, man! Why you gotta bring up my age on the man? I got these I got these honeys on the show that be looking at the kid. You just making it worse.
All right. So, all right, Josh. Let's get into
what's your first topic, man?
Let's get into it. Speaking of honeys, Josh, what is the most ain't shit thing you've ever done?
When we discussed this, the most ain't shit thing I ever done. I'll tell you what, Larry. You go first. This will give me some more time to allow myself to think about the most shit ain't done.
Is it too many things and you just trying to categorize it, or?
But I'm trying to think of the worst one.
Well, all right, I'll go first.
Okay, that'll work.
Because, I feel like there's not too many ain't shit things that I've done, but this particular thing, a few years back, I had a cookout at my house, right?
Okay.
And, I'm inviting people. I'm, just trying to set the tone, have, a good ratio of men to women, have a good time, have the music, good vibes or whatever, right?
Right. Ratio is important too. So good job.
Yeah. Now, at the time, I was like, let me throw some fillers out there to a couple of shorties I'm talking to. And let's see, see who comes, maybe have to chill on, certain ones coming. But send out invitations.
Mm-hmm.
And I get a couple of responses that they want to come. And I'm like, all right, bet. But then there was an overlap.
Oh, God.
So,
oh, shit. Here we go again.
Exactly. So
you invited the two chicks to the party.
All right. So I had a situation where I invited two chicks to the same cookout. And yeah, so I would have to entertain one while having the other one distracted, and vice versa. All right. Now, mind you, I'm not in a committed relationship with them. So I'm just, I was dating at the time. So I could do whatever I want, kind of but it should be a level of respect. I understand now.
So dating, see, to me, dating is being in a committed relationship.
I think you have to get to a certain point before it becomes committed, If you're just feeling somebody out,
if you just seeing each other. At this point, we're just seeing each other. That's not dating yet.
Well, when I say dating, I'm going on dates. I don't mean
Okay, yeah, you're going on dates.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm in that seeing, each other face. So, I had two joints at the party at the same time. Kind of got a little messy, but that's not even the worst part of the situation. It got to one point at the end of the night where, one girl I was talking to, she left, she dipped. I guess she had enough. The other joint got a little bit too drunk, and she, fell asleep. Let her use my bed, but I left. She slept there, and I left.
Okay. I trust you, Larry. I know you didn't do nothing off the wall.
No. Because I ended up going to see another shorty in D.C. that I was talking.
Larry, so you're trying to tell me that this chick was sleeping in your bed, but you departed to go see another chick?
Because I am respectful, and I do understand. I'm not. If a girl is too drunk, I'm not playing no games. I'm not doing nothing with them because
I agree.
I respect women.
That's right.
And I want to make sure that they're completely coherent and make sure that they are, they give consent. So, yeah.
Facts.
I left, man. Went to go see somebody else.
Oh my God.
I know, man. Looking back, that was wild.
That was very wild.
That was, I can see why women say men ain't shit.
That was very wild, Larry.
Like,
I'm not gonna lie to you.
So yeah.
But you know what? I appreciate your honesty in this whole story. I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. Because honestly, we have to sit down and realize that women aren't just saying men ain't shit for no reason.
That's true.
But also,
that's true.
I feel like men, like us as men, we grow. That was a few years back. Like, I'm a different person from then.
No,
so.
Agreed. Okay, I'm with you. I have done so back in the day. I'm talking about like 07, 08, one of those.
That's how I know you old.
God dang, bro.
Like, 07. God.
It was a lot going on in 07, yo. There was a lot going on.
All right. What happened back in 07?
I was in Southeast at my cousin's house, and I was actually taking the subway one time, and I ran into this girl, and she was super cool, and me and her started hanging out, quite frankly, but we didn't hang out at her spot because she had a child. She had a son.
Okay.
And I was kind of like, okay, I don't care if you have a son, but I understand you're not wanting to bring me around, such and such. Well, things started getting a little bit serious, and she invited me to like a cookout, right? So the cookout, her son was there. And at this cookout, there was a multitude of games, as in we was playing like, I don't know, it had to be either 64 or the GameCube, PlayStation, all that, because it was like, they had like a whole little TV set up for the kids and everything.
So you talking about like those like game buses or whatever?
It wasn't like a game bus. It was just like their uncle had like a whole bunch of he was a real good gamer. Like, he loved games. So he just had all these games for the kids. So me, I hold no remorse. I go in there and I start cutting everybody's ass. First we was playing Super Smash, dogged them with Captain Falcon, played Call of Duty, whatever, beat them. Well, the son says, I bet my daddy can beat you in Call of Duty. I was like, I bet you I whoop your daddy's ass in Call of Duty. So the son, I didn't know at the time, he was like, he had a cell phone. He had access to a cell phone. Okay. So he called his dad. And so he comes over, and the girl's name was Jessica. So Jessica comes over to me. She says, hey, look, my son's father is here. Now, I'm Twitter fingers. I'm like, whoa.
Oh, you ain't about that life, huh?
I'm an Aries. I'm a lover, Larry. So I'm like, wait, what do you mean? Like, well, you want to square him? Because he trying to square him. What's good? I was like, oh shit, this dude's he's gonna like just knock my spleen through my body. So he comes over, he introduces himself. I'm like, yeah, such and such. I'm Jay, whatever. So then he says, my son says you're pretty good in Call of Duty. I said, oh, I'm the best. I'm the best. So now I'm just being like cocky and arrogant at the same time. So push come to shove, we start playing. Now we playing singles. No remorse, cut his ass in front of everybody. So everybody's like, ooh. Now the thing was, him and Jessica had kind of like a bad parting ways of the relationship. So Jessica's brother was like, man, you better kick this dude's ass because Jessica's brother fucked with me because we were cool. So dominated him, Larry. Dominated him, okay? I'm talking about, man, I 5-stocked him. Nice with it. This ain't no joke.
You're not even that nice.
Hey, you have seen my skills on the channel. You already know how I get down.
You're not that nice. But all right, I digress. All right, so what happened next?
So, beat him, whatever. The next day, I go see Jessica because we about to go out to dinner. She we really got to be careful because I don't know when he's going to pop up. And, I said, well, is he mad or something? He was like, yeah, you kind of pretty much embarrassed him in front of everybody. So I was like, it's a video game. Like, nobody cares. This has nothing to do with real life. It's a video game. So I say that's the most ain't shit thing I do because I provoked this child to call his father so I can whip his ass in front of everybody.
Ain't that bad?
I feel like that's bad. I feel like that was two lions taking over territory. And I just came out on top because I'm that dude. You know what I'm saying? But I don't really think I have I'm saying I have them, but to me, that's probably like the worst. I didn't lie a couple of times, but I feel like that's the worst.
I mean, that's good. I respect it. If that's the worst thing you've done, you're a stand-up guy in my book, man.
But see, I don't have stories like where you like two women coming. I don't have stories like that.
I mean, of course it's your situation, man, and I know you, man. Those not the games you play. That's good, man. You're a stand-up guy in my book, man.
Man, Larry, but why can't I have stories where I make two calls like, hey, what up, baby? Come to the cookout. Why can't I have stories like that?
Come on, man. You don't want those headaches in your life. I'm trying to tell you. I mean, that was a wild night looking back.
Man, but when I look back at that, or like when you talk about that, was my life really on par? Did I have these fantastic moments that a lot of people have?
Because you got too many stories, man. So I do. We'll get into some of those wild stories you got later on, but
oh my God.
Let's talk about our next topic.
Okay.
Now got this from Instagram, sent out a filler on, why women think men aren't shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So one of my followers, she said that men ain't shit because it boils down to us not being able to communicate our emotions effectively.
Okay.
And I feel that because that leads to a lot of confusion on their part. And two, it makes us seem like we not being authentic or we not really putting our best foot forward if we not truly telling the women how we feel. You know what I mean?
So I feel for me, I'm the complete opposite. I completely believe that communication is everything. If I like you, I'm an Aries. I wear my heart on my sleeve, Slim. So, second day, I'd be like, I like your ass. Like, this is it. This is like I feel like I always tell some people like, hey, I like you. This is what I'm feeling. Things like that. Now, I completely understand where she's coming from in saying that because there are a few men who don't communicate and say, how they feel. And it puts women in kind of like a standstill because they don't know whether to move forward.
Well, yeah.
So I can definitely see that being a problem. I mean, for sure.
I feel as though that I suffer from that sometimes as well. It's like most of the time I feel like I am able to effectively communicate and tell someone how I feel, what's on my mind, what I like, what I don't like. Now, it comes to a certain point where it's like, if I'm talking to a shorty and I'm not sure on how she feel, I might fall back a little bit, maybe not tell her exactly what's on my mind because I don't know where she's at. And now we both at like a standstill. And it's all because, I didn't tell her like, yo, I don't know where you at. I don't know what you want. But this is what I want. Now, do you want that as well? Or I don't effectively communicate like, I ain't like that. I don't like you. Like, I didn't like what you did in that moment. Is there a way that we can work on changing that? Or is there a way I can work on what I did, to make you, react a certain way? You know what I mean? Like, I feel as though sometimes I lack in that. Now, I do think that I'm getting better as I try to catch up to your age, you know what I mean? But
whoa.
I feel like I'm getting better as I get older, but as of right now, I feel as though I have made strides in that, you know what I mean?
Dude, well, I feel like women, not all of them, but I feel like women have the same problem sometimes, though.
Like,
I feel like they have
how they feel?
Yeah, I feel like they have the same problems. Like, I definitely feel I have been with some women who have not expressed their feelings, and it throws me off. Like kind of like what you're saying. I don't know if she feel me or not. I don't see what, like, you know, normally it's kind of like it's like that rule when you have a first date. You know, people always used to say back in the day, you know, after you have the first date, don't call for like 2 days. I was on the opposite end. I was like, nah, the day after I'm calling, make sure you're cool. But the thing was, like, hey, I would kind of jazz up like, hey, I thought our first date was pretty cool. You know, how do you feel? Well, I don't know. Okay, then I would just like, okay, cool. But that's just not good. I said cool and Google came on. So
sorry, I don't understand.
Quiet.
See, she don't even understand us.
Yeah, she don't even understand how I feel.
She don't even
So I do think that is, now I definitely think the issue comes more in men than it does in women for sure.
But I think
is that because
go ahead. Up, you know, talking about our emotions and stuff like that. We didn't even grow up talking about how we feel. Honestly, I feel as though if you did do that, you're looked at as weak. You know what I mean?
True.
Now, I do understand that was like a more archaic, you know, mindset. And as I get older, it's like, yo, you need to tell people what upsets you. You need to tell people when you're sad. You need to tell people, you know, just be more expressive to them. That way, you know, people aren't in the dark on like your emotions.
If you do portray your emotions and tell females, you know, how you feel, some of them call you a bitch.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't want to be a bitch.
Like, you got the wrong one. What you like, it
just goes to, you know, if that person's for you or not. Honestly, like, if you are a person who you shut down your feelings, you kind of cold like that, maybe that's the type of, you know, woman for you. If you're not, maybe if you're more of an emotional person, maybe you need someone who is kind of more in tune with how you feel. I think it all goes down to meeting the right people and kind of like linking up that whole mindset. You know what I mean?
You know, what you saying that, do you think that two people are the same can like
are you talking about soulmates and shit?
Not soulmates, but let's say you date somebody, but she's not, instead of being the opposite of you, she's just like you. Do you think you can work?
Yes and no. I think for certain people that definitely works because in all honesty, that's like the easier route for a relationship. If y'all more in tune that way, then it's less work. Me, I'm more of the type of person, like when you find out like the type of women that I like, you're like, yo, that's not even at all your personality. And I'm like, it kind of is and it isn't. I don't want to date me. Like, that's weird. I want to date someone who has different attributes than I have. That's going to like kind of wake me up to a new world that I haven't experienced before, you know, kind of challenge me in different ways. So that's what I like. So, yeah.
That's true. You know what, Larry? I know I had this in my notes for Insecure, and I definitely want to talk about this. And I didn't think about it until we was just talking about this now. Okay, but it's gonna be quick, simple. So in one of the episodes, my man who was messing with Molly, the dude who worked at Enterprise.
Oh yeah.
Basically, Molly is going off telling her like what she did in college. Okay.
Oh yeah, you got to that point. All right.
And I was trying to laugh because Molly was on some wild shit. You know, I was like, she had did coke. I was like, oh, she did fucking coke. I was like, oh my God. So she did coke. She had a relationship with another female. Okay.
I thought she just did a little something. She had a whole relationship?
Well, not relationship, but they had sex. You know, they had sex. Yeah. So basically, she started asking my man what was the wild shit he did. And he said he had another dude go down on him. And I said, pause. And I
Big
said,
pause.
pause. Like, I was like, hold on, HBO. Hold on. And it made me think about this real quick. Because they're talking about it, okay? Molly and the girls, when they're going to the play. First of all, that play was funny as shit. So they're talking about it. And Molly's like, I don't even want to deal with him anymore. But you did the same thing, okay? You did the same thing. But she says, it's a double standard. I know, I acknowledge that. Done. Okay?
I mean, we deal with double standards, men and women, or even black men and black women. There's double standards between us.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think she's wrong in that. That's just something that she feels she couldn't deal with. There's certain women who's like, you know what? I don't care if you did that.
Like, that's a lot to take in, bro. That was a lot to take in.
But at the same time, it's like, we know women experiment. Yes. Women kiss each other. They do their little things. You know, they experiment. That's what they do. Men, now this is coming from like a study that I've read. Men generally just know by the age of 8 what their sexual orientation is. Women don't figure it out until later, like early 20s with their sexual orientation.
And this is something you read about.
This is something I read about, yeah. So that's why it's easily acceptable to like for women to fool around and know, because like they've been trying to figure it out for a while. Not to say that, you know, it's anything wrong with them trying to figure out themselves, but that's just something that they do. Men, like, that's why in today's climate, we see so many younger kids, younger male kids decide like, hey, I'm gay, you know, I feel like a woman. It's because they know from a younger age what they like. Whereas women don't quite always know. So I feel like, you know, she's not wrong in, you know, feeling that way. Like, nah, I don't want to talk to him.
Man, that was a little wild. That was a little wild, because I don't care how close we are.
I'm not gonna lie though. So you're
not. My God.
No,
I'm just joking.
I'm not gonna lie though. Out of all the dudes that Molly has talked to, and I know you have not met all of them yet, but when you do, Enterprise dude he wasn't bad. He wasn't a bad dude other than that.
I thought, like, to be perfectly honest with you, I was on his side. I thought he was a good dude.
Yes, if she got over that and just accepted him for, you know, that, she'd probably be happy.
And now I see her argument though, because, you know, Kelly Boo Boo was defending him, and you know I love some Kelly, so I was like, yeah, baby, yeah. But I kind of, because the thing was, is he gay? You know, he said it was one time, and then this is college we're talking about. Like, this happened, he said, in college, or like, you know, around that time. And I'm thinking to myself, there's no way. I mean, me and my mans, I don't care how drunk we get, that's not going down.
But it's like I said, you know, that's because you know what you like, right?
That's
so
true.
Like, you're not gonna let that happen.
I'm like, whoa.
Like, I'm not even putting myself in any type of situation like that.
Right, exactly. I'm not. But see now, since you say that, the situation, it's kind of like, how to even kick off, because Larry, that could, like, not saying that could be easy, right? But I'm saying you chill with your mans all the time. You chill with your mans all the time. So was there something beforehand that you was like, man, I kind of like this dude? You know what I'm saying? You chill with your boys all the time.
Oh no, man. That's like I said, I understand Molly not, you know, feeling comfortable with it. That is her decision. That's her choice. Just like women make that choice all the time. Like, if they find out a man is like, have you seen Love is Blind yet on Netflix?
No, I have not.
Man, it's a situation just like this. that we're talking about on Insecure is on Love Is Blind, which is a great show that you definitely should check out. I mean, it's not even that many episodes. It's like 10 episodes. You can easily get through it in like a weekend. So check it out.
Is this the show where I guess they don't see each other, they just talk to each other?
Yeah.
Wait,
like,
wasn't there a white man and a black woman that end up getting married or something from the show?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
And those two are my favorite, man. They got something special. They still together. So
maybe I'll give it a rundown. I don't know.
You watch that, and then tell me about how you felt about that whole interaction when you get there. And then
okay.
We'll revisit this kind of conversation.
Okay. Because I was like, oh my God. Like when I went, like first I was like, you should have seen when I was watching the episode, I was like, ooh, I was like, you gotta be kidding me, big fella. I was like,
But it does go back to our original conversation about men expressing their emotions and how they feel and just whatever is on their mind.
He should have kept that to himself. He should have kept that to himself. But
that wouldn't have been fair to Molly though. Like imagine if Molly was in like a full-blown relationship with them and then she found out a year, 2 years later, she would probably feel betrayed. Like, because that's something that is a major part in your life that you experimented that way and didn't like tell someone that by that time you should, be in love with.
You make a good point. All right. You make a good point. But I was just like, damn, big fella.
But then it also goes to like the fear of being vulnerable as a man. You know what I mean?
Right. Because now I would have never, even if that had happened, I would have never told nobody that. Never. That would have just been for me and me alone. That's it.
Taking it to the grave. But
that's it.
But even something not as heavy as that, like you ever just like been honest with a woman about something slight and the joint just blows up, like gets out of hand, and you like, it wasn't even that serious. And then what you saying it ain't even that serious, it makes it even more bigger of a problem.
Yes, I have been in that situation. Yes.
Exactly. I think what it all comes down to is just communicating together and like with the intent of understanding and solving whatever issue is there.
I definitely feel this is a part of communication. We're saying, okay, maybe I can work through this. And that could have been anything. Like you said, that could have been that. It could have been any communication or any feeling that you expressed to a woman. But just her reaction, that's what I'm talking about, why a lot of dudes don't talk about their emotions.
Because like we don't know how a woman is going to react. And then I think we also don't know how to react to their reaction. Like we don't know how to, we don't know how to like, then if we see them react in a negative way, we don't know how to then, take a step back, breathe and, kind of then jump back in the conversation. Most of the time, if we see a woman react negatively to something, we like, oh, nah, I'm about to amp it up times 10. And they amp it up times 10. And then the next thing you know, we blew up over something so trivial, in the grand scheme.
Yeah. Man.
But
whew.
I think what helps men in expressing how they feel and being able to communicate is having a female best friend or having a lot of female friends, which brings us into our next topic. So can I take the reins on this one? You got the reins. Go ahead, man. Whoa. Go ahead.
So let me just go ahead and say this. I am all for dudes having females best friends. If you're married, if you're not, you need a female best friend. It's only probably about 4 dudes I can count on my fingers. Well, of course my fingers, but who are like true my friends, who I trust, okay? Who I know is not going to sugarcoat me. You being one of them, okay? And I got some more homies, Devin, Jason, Tony, like I got, I trust these dudes. Right. Half the time, dudes are jealous of other dudes and they will let you know behind your back. A female best friend is someone you can talk to. someone who's going to tell you the truth. Now, I know what a lot of women are going to say. Well, did you have sex with your female best friend? Okay. More than likely, the answer is going to be yes. More than likely, the answer is going to be yes. I
don't know though, because all right, well, I can't talk with my female best friend situation, but that's but also just female friends in general. Like I have a lot of female friends, and all like other than my best friend, I haven't done anything with any of them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like, I feel as though just having a actual relationship, actual friendship with, you know, the opposite sex is beneficial because they gonna tell you how it is. Like if you look ugly that day, they gonna tell you look ugly.
Tighten that up. Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree with that. And now, here's the thing. That's a double-edged sword too. Because are you cool with your significant other having a male best friend?
Yeah. I mean, I think it all comes down to respecting the relationship.
I'm like this, Larry. I'm like Beyonce. I'm jealous. If you keep your promise, I'm jealous. I'm gonna be like, man, what? Hold on.
So you would be mad if she does have a male best friend?
Who's this best friend? I'm squaring up with you.
But you got female friends.
This is true. Double-edged sword. I just said that. Like,
so this goes back to the when we were talking about double standards between
double standards.
But all right. So why would you be jealous?
When is she telling her male best friend about y'all problems?
Nah, that's the problem. That's the problem. Because you should never go to anybody outside your relationship. You know, like I see if you go to like a counselor or something like that, that's one thing. But you should not go to someone who's only going to see your point of view and who's only going to, you know, hear your side of the story and side with you. You should go with a neutral party.
That's right.
A neutral party that has nothing to like gain, which a lot of these dudes, you know, a lot of the male best friends feel as though they have something to gain by y'all not being together.
Exactly. And you're going to be because you're going to be the hero. She could be telling you everything that her man is doing wrong, and you're just going slide up in there and look like the knight in shining armor. So and then that opens the door to, come on now.
But all right, now, hear what you're saying, right? Now, as the male best friend to your female best friend, say she gets in a relationship and her man got a problem with you. Are you doing any of those things? But here the thing is, are you doing any of those things?
You know what? I would definitely stop maybe someone from telling me about their relationship problems because I don't want to be that person.
But for me though, all right, so I'm gonna tell all the listeners about my female best friend. It's my ex-girlfriend from back in high school. We were best friends before we dated, and we best friends after. But that's back in high school. That was over 10 years ago. So right now,
and just for the record, y'all, are we allowed to say her name?
Yeah, she's gonna be on the podcast.
I was just about to say she's gonna be on the show. And Larry, Larry already knows how I feel. Raven bad. But to me, the first time I met Raven was Larry put me on to Taco Bamba. I never had Taco Bamba before, so good look, Larry.
Everyone, go to Taco Bamba. It's amazing tacos.
They were delicious.
Also, get the wings too. Delicious.
The wings were the business. Oh my God, the wings are so good. And that's the first time I met Raven. But to me, Raven's personality outshines everything about her. She's honest. She'll tell you how it is. Like, she's just a nice person to be around. You know, she doesn't act stuck up, no, nothing like that. So I actually like Raven because she's so cool, and she's gonna be on this show eventually.
But
so, continue, Larry. Continue. I just thought I'd throw that out there.
But those are all the reasons, like you say, she's honest. She keeps it real with you. She's like nice to be around. That's all reasons that you want to like have her as not only a friend but a best friend, right?
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
So, like, why wouldn't I keep that relationship, with that person, and just show whoever like I'm with, like, hey, yo, this is my best friend. Y'all can hang out if y'all want, like, but she's an important part of my life because she's helped me grow into the person I am today.
Okay.
She's kept me in check when I wanted to do dumb stuff. She's like, yo, don't do that. In relationships when I'm completely in the wrong, she's like, yo, you're in the wrong. You need to step up to your woman and, apologize. You need to fix this because you are messing up. And like, one, I've never gotten that really from a male friend. I mean, you help me out. We talk, but I mean, like, I haven't been in a relationship since knowing you. But like other male friends, we talk about surface level things. You know what I mean? Like, oh, video games, cars. We talk about
right,
clothes, but of course, your best friend you get on more of a personal level with. And I think having a female best friend that has that point of view that I lack is very beneficial.
Yes, I would definitely say having a female friend is to me, it's vice versa. Now, even though I'm jealous, I definitely think that even a woman should have a male best friend, such and such. But like, I definitely think you should introduce your best friend to your significant other for sure. As a man, there has been some times when I'm going like, when I'm wrong and I just, in my eyes, I'm right.
Of course.
And my female best friend be like, no, you are absolutely wrong. You wrong, big baby.
Wrong.
You really wrong.
As a man, I know, another male's intentions when I meet them, especially around someone I'm dating. Like, I can tell if they try and get it in with them or if they just like, being honest and real with them. And I can respect that.
Like, yo, Larry, this you? Oh, she bad. Oh, man.
So it's like whether or not that they have a male best friend or not, I think it helps if the male best friend is being like honest with my girl and like giving them the point of view. Like, if we in an argument, if they doing the same thing that our female best friends are doing, then all right, cool. And if they just sitting back and like, nah, he wrong. Nah, you need better. Like,
right. And see, that's what I'm saying. I know how dudes are. Dudes will do that. Dudes will do that.
Sure, there's some out there for sure.
They'll do that for sure.
For sure.
So
to this day.
To this day. Like, I want to tell y'all a story so bad.
Let it out, man.
All right. So listen to this. I know some people, okay? They were married and they shared the same mutual friend. The husband did and the wife did, okay? So the husband was all like telling his problems to the best friend, and the wife was doing...
Are you getting somebody in trouble right now?
No.
All right, cool.
And the wife was doing the same thing. And in fact, I knew them when I was in South Carolina anyway. This is way, way back. And the thing about it was the male best friend was sleeping with the wife.
Ooh.
Exactly. And because dudes are like that. Dudes are like that. I told you the story about what happened to me when I was working.
That's why you gotta I don't know. So I see why women have a problem with men having women best friends.
Oh, yeah,
I see why men have problems with women having male best friends. But at the same time, like you said, it's a double-edged sword because it either can work out amazingly.
Yep. Or it can be terrible.
Or it could be terrible.
It could be terrible. There is this skit that's by like one of the dudes on YouTube I watch, and he has a female best friend. But when she come over, she like wearing sweats, a regular stone, got her hair on, it's not done. But then they about to go to a party, And so he's like, yeah, go ahead, the bathroom right there. So she changed and she come out and she looking good. And the dude's girlfriend was like, oh, this your best friend? This your best friend? I know you want to have sex with her because I want to have sex with her. And then, so it was a gay dude sitting there. And he was like, man, I know that's jam because jelly don't jiggle like that. That shit was funny as hell.
But I think at the end of the day, it comes down to trust. If you really trust your partner, if you know your partner, how they act, then it could be beneficial for the relationship as a whole. But if you don't fully trust your partner, I mean, that comes down to a whole nother issue that y'all have to resolve anyway.
Trust is important. Trust is very important.
Trust is the foundation to any relationship.
It is. Agreed.
So
Agreed.
You don't got that, and so even if you do have trust, but you start to notice your partner acting a little shady, a little different, then that comes down to communication. You have to then talk to them like, yo, I don't like the way you're moving anymore. So how we gonna work this out? Okay,
so when you say moving, okay, we're talking about your pattern has switched up here.
It's switched up, changed out the blue. It's just something new. It's like you know acting. You moving different. Next thing you know, your girl smelling different. You see some things that you ain't seen before. You're like, hold on, why you doing this? Now, if it's a genuine thing, like maybe y'all had some loss of intimacy in a relationship or something, and she changing up for you, that's one thing. But if y'all still y'all good, but you start to see a little bit of difference, and you're like, all right, and then y'all start to get bad, you like, nah, nah, this ain't.
I don't like the way this is going, baby.
I don't like the way this is going. We gonna have to double back with what's going on, like.
Oh my God. See, but
that ain't even just about having friends of the opposite sex. That can because a lot of stuff can happen in just people they meet and you might not even know about. But
because I'm definitely the work husband will slide in on your wife. I'm definitely the work husband will slide in on your wife. I'm just joking. I wouldn't do that. That's messed up. But
he be trying to get shorties, but I'm not seeing him be successful once. So
damn. Oh my God. Oh man. I'm glad that we discussed that because I think that was a good topic. Because that needed to be talked about because I would definitely like for the women who listen to the podcast to let us know what you think in the comments.
Sure. I want to know how women, even on the opposite side, like how they feel about having male best friends, or I want to I just want to see if they feel as though it's a benefit or a detriment to their relationships, or just even in general, like. How do you feel about having a friend of the opposite sex?
It's true. That is true, ladies. Y'all hear that? Let us know down in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, notification bell, so you always know that the Men Ain't Shit podcast is up.
Exactly.
Let us know what y'all think. This is just not a two-way conversation, So, in fact, we have had some women come down in the comments. In fact, I got their names. It was Shar. In fact, I know Charmaine, so that was cool. Hey, Shar. Then it was someone named Jennifer Keaton, and she actually was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get my pen and pad next week." Hell yeah! So let us know what y'all think.
Exactly. I love interacting with different people, getting different point of views. So definitely comment below. Tell us what you enjoyed about the show, what you want to see more of. How you felt. Just please give us any type of, even if it's negative feedback. Now, please be respectful. But if it's whatever it is, please just let us know.
Shit.
Nice shit. I'm like, all right, yeah, we know that. We trying to get better though.
Right, and just like we got topics from Larry's Instagram, we would love topics to talk about. I mean, look, we're not going to break the male code, okay? There is a code, just so you ladies know. In fact, you ever seen Pirates of the Caribbean, and they bring out the code book at World's End? It's a code book, okay? We can't break the code. We got to stick to the code. But we will definitely let y'all know what's up. Is that a fair assumption, Larry, that we're going to tell the truth?
We're going to be real. We're going to be
real.
Yeah, we're gonna be real with you. We're not going to really sugarcoat anything. But we ain't gonna snitch either.
Definitely.
Snitches get stitches.
The code. You gotta stick to the code.
But that's why men ain't shit, because we not.
Bazinga. Bazinga. I think, Larry, is there anything else you want to further discuss a little bit, or are we wrapping this week's episode up?
I don't got nothing, but I mean, like we said earlier, you feeling good, I'm feeling good,
Well, that's going to wrap it up for this week, y'all. We're actually trying to stick to our guns this week. We're trying to do an hour and below. That way, y'all won't get tired of us and click off the thing after 15 minutes.
Last week, which I didn't see, we actually went 2.5 hours.
Yeah, we went. Woo! We went a long time last week. So we're definitely gonna. Larry and I discuss. We're definitely gonna try to keep the podcast down to an hour or so. Now, when we get bigger, with y'all help, that's something different. Then we could go all balls to the wall. So.
Plus, we got a few things in the works. Getting more content to y'all. Different people. We working on it. Once we get there, we'll explain further what's happening and have some more content for y'all to look out. So we definitely want to So we definitely want to keep this at an hour and not overwhelm y'all.
So this is Josh.
This is Larry.
All right, and this is the Men Ain't Shit podcast, and we see you next week.
Men ain't shit, but we trying to get better.